What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the second episode of Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. It is me, your host, Alpha Dog Bets, here with none other than JD from Line Movers. JD, it's great to be back on with the people. We have our second episode coming in, recorded today on Monday, June 24th for the baseball slate. We have an awesome slate of games today that you and I will be breaking down. Quickly, I do want to just say we had a great first episode, which was led by you, Mr. Line Movers. You crashed your max play, so I will go to you and let you talk about that briefly.
Yes, sir. On actually Friday, we had the Phillies. We had the first five over there. That was a max play. I think we hit that in the third. So that was a sweat-free winner there. Also gave out the Braves, and that one was very sweat-free. So, yep, it was a good day.
The people love it, guys. It pays to listen when Line Movers gives you these tips. He's been on fire. Make sure you guys tune in for today. Mr. JD, we have an awesome slate. The people are here to hear our picks. You ready to dive into this thing?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. First game on the slate we're breaking down is the Guardians taking on the Orioles. Quickly about the Orioles, I thought they'd have a much better series against the Astros, but they absolutely got manhandled. They lost every single game. They got swept. On the other side, the Guardians have come in sweeping Toronto. They had a great series before that against Seattle. The Guardians are coming in hot, 49-26 on the year. They're 23-17 on the road. This team is the surprise of the MLB. JD, I'll let you break this one down first. What do you think in this one?
Yeah, just actually like you said, you have actually one team coming in hot, and then you have another team who's actually cooled off some. The O's, they've had a great year. I don't think that they're going to stay playing like actually that. But I'm also not sure this is the spot to back them. As far as the model goes, I have the Guardians favored as a small favorite at actually minus 125. I have them putting up 4.5 runs here. So showing a little bit of value there. It's not enough for me to actually play it. But if I had to, I would actually play them first five.
I like it. So the recommended play would be the first five, but we don't have an official play on the game. I do have an official play on the game, guys. I am taking the Guardians here. They're just way too hot to ignore at that price tag. You can get them roughly right now. Give me 1 second on the official line because we have it with the Orioles, but you get them at a -1 or a +102. So like we said, they are the dog coming in this one. They have a ton of value and they're red hot. I do like to take teams that are red hot. They have Tanner Bibby on the mound tonight. He's coming in. He's 5-2 with a 3.65 ERA. He has a pretty good whip at 1.13. I do think the Guardians offense stays hot, and I do think that this Orioles team struggles a bit, and they're not the only team in the AL East struggling. There's a couple powerhouses in the MLB that are struggling right now. Is that just the summer blues? Is it just these teams have a nice lead and they can kind of take it easy in the summer? I don't know. More to come on that, but a little concerning that the Orioles have been losing so many games. All right. Great first review there. Let's move on to the second game. And I know this is a banger that we have on the docket that you have an official play. Let's quickly intro this one, guys. We have Aaron Nola pitching for the Phillies, and they are visiting Detroit, who has Casey Mize on the bump. Aaron Nola's coming in with a 3.5 ERA. Casey Mize coming in with a 4.43 ERA. Mize, not a great record, 1-5 on the year, while Aaron Nola's coming in 8-3. JD, I know you got something on this one. I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, As far as the price on this, just going to go ahead and start with that. I have the Phillies price at actually minus 195. Have them putting up 5.3 runs. Start off with, as far as Mize, this year has not been the season that actually we thought like he was going to have. I know last year he was somebody who I really liked to actually back. And this year, like I said, he's just not been the actual same. Phillies are playing great ball. As far as their offense tonight, I actually do expect them to still do well. Simply put, in this game, you have the better lineup, you have the better guy on the mound. You just have the all-around better team. I actually have 2 plays in this game, and we will talk about them soon.
Love that. I'll keep it moving on this one, guys. I do think the Phillies are a good play here on a parlay piece. I do think they're a little juicy to play straight up, but I do understand why anyone would be playing them. JD, you put it perfectly. Casey Mize, not the same guy he was last year. 1-5 with a 4.5 ERA almost. That's not going to cut it in this league. And then when you take a look and see how these teams have done in recency games, the Tigers are coming in winning 2 out of 3 against the White Sox, but yet again, that is the White Sox. Before that series, they struggled against the Braves. The Phillies, on the other end, they won 2 out of 3 against the Diamondbacks, team that was just in the World Series, so they did have a big result. Like I said, I will give out the other parlay piece when we do our best bets. You guys know we give you our best bets every single episode, but when we get there, I will give the official parlay piece with the Phillies, but I'll let it out early. I do like the Phillies on the money line for the first leg of this parlay. All right. Next game we have on the slate, we do have the Mariners. They are taking on the Rays. This is an interesting game. We have Wu back on the bump. Brian Wu from Seattle has been an unbelievable pitcher this year. He's coming in 3-1 on the year with a 1.6 ERA and a 0.6 whip. Those are unbelievable numbers. He doesn't get a lot of strikeouts. He does have 25 on the year in 37 innings. However, he has allowed 3 walks on the year and 2 homers on the year. He is limiting the damage completely. On the other side, for the Rays, we have Taj Bradley. Bradley's coming in 2-4 with a 4.06 ERA. It is a 1.15 whip for him. He's been okay. Hasn't been great. 2-4 record, so hasn't really lived up to it. I'll start this one off. We had JD do the last 2. I'm going to jump on this one. I am taking the road team here in the Seattle Mariners. The Mariners, to me, are the better team with the pitching advantage here. You get that money line at -104. When you take a look at the Mariners as a whole, this team has struggled, but they have been getting it together as of late. The last series, they did lose 2 out of 3, but this team has been getting better as the season's gone on, and they have got a record of 45-35. The Rays, on the other end, have been a massive disappointment. JD, I don't know if you've backed the Rays too many times this year, but this is a team that last year was unbeatable at home. They had the best record in baseball at home. This year, they're 19-23. They really have basically the same roster. It's a lot of the same guys. They are just not performing. If you would have asked me in the beginning of the season that at the end of June, would the Rays be 13.5 games behind the Yankees in the AL East, I would say you're crazy, but that's how bad this team has been this year. They've been a complete disappointment. I'm going to stick to that. I think that the trend is going to continue, and the Mariners are still the better team. They've been the better team all year long, and give me the Mariners on the money line. Great price there. JD, what do you see in this one?
Yeah, just going off what you said to back that up. For the Mariners, I think this is a good actually buy low spot on them. Because if you just look over the past week, it really looks like they really haven't been playing good.
Was rough.
And then the Rays look like they have started to play so much good ball.
A little bit better, right?
Right. I will say, far as on the price on this, I do have the Rays priced at actually -125. But this is one of those where I just don't agree. Actually, as far as the eye test for me, it just doesn't match up there. So that's why I'm personally not going to actually play this one. The Mariners would definitely be the side that I would lean to. And everybody knows I don't like playing these, but as far as actually under would also be where I would lean.
We like the under on this one as well. I do like that as well. Like we said, Ryan Woo's been unbelievable this year, JD. He's been a real surprise to me. I didn't see this guy coming out of nowhere and lighting up as he is. Hopefully, this Mariners bats team can get it going. They really are a scary team when they are performing at their full potential. They have guys like Cal Rowley, who's batting sub 200. He's a much better batter than that. Julio Rodriguez not having the year that everyone expected. So hopefully this Mariners team can fully get it going. But even with their guys not rolling, this team is still finding a way to win at 45-35. So I definitely do see that underplay as well. And I definitely like the Mariners in this spot. All right, JD, let's keep it rolling. We have a bit of a surprising one here. The line is a little bit interesting. So we have 2 more games that we're going to be covering for everyone today. And both games, very interesting lines. We have the Braves, we have the Cardinals, and when you take a look at this one, the Braves are pitching somebody whose name I'm going to absolutely butcher, but I'll give it a go. Spencer Schwellenbach. He's 1-2 on the year with a 5 ERA. He has not been great, but he only pitched in 21 innings. On the other end, we have grandfather time Lance Lynn, who seems like he's been pitching for 45 years. The guy is like a fine wine. He's done great his whole career. He still has been pitching well. He is 2-3 with a 4 ERA, but those are not atrocious numbers, especially for pitching in St. Louis. JD, I'll let you kick this one off. What do you like in the Braves versus the Cardinals?
Yeah, really, both of these teams have actually been playing well. I think the Braves are 8-2 in their last 10. And I think the Cardinals are right behind them. I think they're 7-3 their last 10.
Yep.
So both teams are definitely playing some actually good ball. Both of these pitchers are guys I honestly just don't trust currently. I have this priced at minus 125. I feel like I've said that on almost every game. But that actually is where I have it priced, which is basically what the price is. So I'm really not seeing any value. But at the way it's priced, there's no way that I could back Lynn at that price. So if I had to play it, I actually would play Braves.
I think the Braves on the side is the best bet. What do you think about a total here? Because I'm targeting a total. But before I go into what I'm thinking, I want to hear what you have on the total first.
It actually sort of surprised me here. Everything numbers-wise actually points under.
Yep.
Which, when I first looked at the game, that's not what I thought I would see. So, yeah, I mean, if I
like that,
then that's what I would, play. But I really don't have a good feel on it. So.
I respect that. Unfortunately, the show we've had a couple of disagreements on today. We're going to have another one because I love the over in that spot. It's one of the official plays for me today. You put it perfectly. It's really hard to trust a guy like Lance Lynn. I mean, you've seen this guy get rocked, and this is a team that has a lot of lefties in the lineup that can really do some damage. I think the Braves bats are going to get some dingers off Lance Lynn. And on the other side, Schwellenbach has struggled too. I mean, he's got a 5 ERA, a 1.2 whip. Like I said earlier, it's only been a little over 21 innings, but in his short sample size, he's been hit. That's period of the story. He has been hit. And like we've seen with Lance Lynn, he's a guy that pitches a lot to contact. You take a looking at his numbers this year, he has 73 strikeouts and he's allowed 77 hits. So equal amount of hits to strikeouts. They will get the bat on the ball tonight, and I think that we will see some runs and the ball fly out of the ballpark in St. Louis tonight. So give me the over. It's definitely an official play for me. JD, we are flying today. We got one game left on the slate, and to me, the fishiest game we have all day. JD, we got the Dodgers. We have the White Sox, and the White Sox are the worst team in baseball. They are 21-58. They are 13-25 at home. Nothing is good for them in anything in this situation. Yet they are only giving the Dodgers a minus 135 line. Dodgers are throwing James Paxton. He's 7-1 on the year. The guy may not have a great ERA. It's at a 3.7, which isn't terrible. But the Dodgers win baseball games when this guy starts. Why do you think the line is the way it is? It's definitely a little fishy to me.
James Paxton games have frustrated me all season long. All of our clients know that. I am not a James Paxton guy. I try to fade him any way I possibly can. That has not always worked out so far because, like you said, he somehow seems to get through it. As far as what his numbers are, I think they are a lot better than actually what they should be.
I agree. I couldn't agree more.
I don't think the White Sox are that team to be able to actually take advantage of that, though. As far as the model goes, specifically in the first 5, it has the White Sox favored. As far as the pitching matchup, I kind of understand it. But there's just no way, like you said, they're the worst team in all of baseball against the Dodgers. And, that I'm just not going to lay a price because on the first 5, I believe they're actually the favorites. So when you have, so that's definitely showing you a lot there. They're favored in the first 5, but then they're not favored actually full game.
Yeah.
So that's definitely showing you a lot. So if you were looking in any way, White Sox, it would actually have to be the first 5. For me, like I said, White Sox, I just can't back them in a situation like this. But James Paxton is also a guy I've made it very clear to everybody that I'm also not going to back. So yeah, for me,
I respect that.
For me, I just have to stay away.
What do you think about the total on this one before we go over to what I'm thinking in this game? Do you think we'll see runs? Because Paxton, like you said, he's gotten hit, and it seems like the Dodgers score when he's on the bump because they're winning somehow. The guy has elevated numbers, but they're getting it done. Do you think we see runs in this one, or do you think they keep it low?
The White Sox are one of those teams where, for me, it is really tough. Yes, they should get runs. Will they? It's one of those things, just like honestly, really not sure. As far as the over, I would actually have to play that then.
I do think I like the over in this one too. And when you take a look at kind of how these teams have done in general, the Dodgers to the over are 39-39. So you're getting a 50% chance this year with the Dodgers over under. They're splitting completely. And with the White Sox, they're 36-40 to the over. So they're going a little bit more under than over. But I agree. I think this game is such a trap. I don't think you could play the Dodgers in this spot. There's going to be so much money on the Dodgers in this game. If you had to take one guess today, you're looking at the public betting percentages. The entire world, their grandmothers, their grandfathers, their nieces, their nephews, everyone is on the Dodgers today. You go look on Twitter, you go look on Bleacher Report, you see all these articles people are posting. I don't think I've seen a single White Sox article yet. It seems like people are jumping all over the Dodgers. And the weird thing to me is this game opened at a minus 145. So the line is going more and more to the White Sox, even though the betting is going towards the Dodgers. That, to me, is a massive red flag to not back the Dodgers today. I'm saying all this and watch the Dodgers come out and win 15-0. That sometimes happens as well. But I do think the White Sox get it done. Just something about this game doesn't make sense. It's fishy. And when something doesn't look right, it isn't right. And I'm not going to take the trap here. I know you're not taking the trap either. My official play is going to be the White Sox on the money line here at plus 110. I also really do like the over in this spot. I know we just talked about that, but we went over the pitchers. We have Crochet, who's been a better pitcher for the White Sox than was anticipated. He's kind of been their guy this year. And then there's Paxton. Is there anything else we need to say on Paxton? I'm a Yankees fan myself. I've seen that guy pitch in person 100 times. There's a reason the Yankees got him the heck out of New York. Not a great pitcher. I think we see runs here. Mr. JD, we have come to everybody's favorite time of the show, the time we give them the official plays, our best bets. Let's get right into it. Mr. JD, what you got for the people today?
All right. I have two plays again, and they're going to both come from the actual same game. We're going to take the Phillies. We're going to take them on the actual run line. Gave that out to clients last night at actually plus 102. I see that's moved to around minus 110 on most places now. That is still fine. But the price is good. Also gave out their actual team total over. That was at 4.5 at minus 108. I think the bats actually keep going.
Me too.
Mize, like we talked about, he's just not the same. And I see them getting to him. And yeah, there's it, brother.
Two bangers. Y'all remember what JD did on the first show? Do not miss his best bets on this one, guys. I will dive right into mine. I told you earlier I love the Phillies on the money line in a parlay. The second leg to that parlay is the Kansas City Royals. We did not go over that game, but they have their guy Cole Reagans on the bump tonight, going up against a Marlins team that has been absolutely atrocious this year. They have Munoz, and the Royals are home. So the two plays of that parlay, yet again, are the Phillies on the money line and the Royals on the money line. You can get the parlay at plus 125. The second official play, I got to do it. We're going the White Sox. We're taking the White Sox on the money line. We're not taking the trap. We are going with the home dog. They are going to get it done. Definitely a spot we could see the Dodgers failing in. And I'll give you guys one more because I have to. I feel inclined to give you guys this one because another plus money winner, and it's going to be the Cleveland Guardians on the money line at plus 102. Did the Guardians get it done against Cade Povich of the Orioles? As we spoke earlier, to me, that team is struggling right now. They are going to continue to struggle a bit for the foreseeable future. And those are my three best bets. Well, Mr. JD, that is going to close us out from another amazing episode of Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. JD, you got any parting words for the boys, or are we getting out of here?
We are out.
We're getting out. Everyone enjoy your day. We will be back in a couple of days. We may be back tomorrow. We may be back Wednesday. All depends on the baseball slate, but you'll see a lot of us. We will be back, and good luck on your bets today, everyone.